Hey family, I hope you are doing well. I just wanted to jump on with this quick word of encouragement that the Lord gave me, and I knew this was a word for somebody. And what the Lord was speaking to me about when I was before Him today was about stepping out more in our calling, doing what He has already placed within us to do. Because sometimes some of us want to wait for the right timing. We want to wait for the perfect condition before doing something, before stepping out. And there's no perfect condition. There's no perfect timing. And the Lord is saying to somebody right now in this season that don't look for the perfect timing. Don't look for the perfect and the right condition. But will you step out with what I've already given to you? Will you step out with what I've already placed in you? What I've called you to do? What I've gifted you to do? Will you step out? Because He's calling many of us out right now in this season. And this is talking about you taking that leap of faith and taking a step out of the boat, taking a step out of your comfort zone. And the Lord is speaking to many right now saying, will you take that step with me? Will you take that leap of faith with me? Out of what is comfortable for you, into the unknown, and let me lead you and guide you in the very area of your calling, your purpose, your destiny, your assignment that I have placed within you. And this is what the Lord is saying right now. And so what the Lord brought me to was in the Bible, when you go into the book of John chapter 2. And this is talking about the wedding of Cana. And this was when Jesus performed his first miracle. And you know the story already. They were at the wedding and the wine had run out. And then his mother, Mary, comes up to Jesus and, saying to him, the wine has run out, as if to say, is there something that you can do about it? And Jesus is answering, saying, what is it do you want me to do? Woman, what is it do you want me to do? Because my time has not come. And of course, we know when you go on to read about it that He goes and performed that miracle of turning water into wine. And not only He did that, and there was that increase and multiplication that took place, but that wine that was performed, that miracle that was performed, but the wine, it was better. It was a lot better than the wine that they were drinking before. It was a lot more tastier. It was a lot more crispier and fresher. And, it was much more smoother. It was lovely than what was presented before. And so the Lord was highlighting to me through this scripture of John chapter 2 and was saying to all of us in this season is that even when you think your time has not come, will you step out and do and perform what it is that I've called you to do? And this goes back to what I was saying earlier. Sometimes we want to wait for the right condition. We want to wait for the perfect timing, and there isn't none. But will you step out in the very area that God has called you? Will you step out in your assignment with the giftings that He has already placed within you? Because He's calling us out right now. And I just want to touch on this just briefly, that the Lord has given me a word, a prophetic word to release for the month of February. And it's so funny how what I'm saying right now is linked and connected to the word that I'm going to release. So if you come back onto my channel on February the 1st, I'm going to release that word. And you're going to find that it's going to be connected to this word. So the Lord is really speaking to us right now in this season. And He's saying to a lot of us, it is time to step out. You may think your time has not come, but you are ready. The time is now. Whatever you have been building, whatever you've been thinking about, whatever the promises that He's spoken to you, whatever the seeds that He has given to you, but you've been incubating and carrying for so long, this is a time. This is a time for you to give birth. This is a time to see the manifestation of what it is that He's placed within you. If it's a dream, if it's a business idea, if it's a project, if it's a case that God is calling you to do something, with somebody else or partner with somebody else, whatever it is, He's saying to you right now that this is the time to perform that very thing that He's given to you, to perform that very thing that He's placed within you. And He's saying, are you ready to do this? You may think you haven't, you may think it's not time. You may think you don't have what it takes. But the Lord sees you, and the Lord is saying you have what it takes. You have what it takes. This is the right time. This is the now time for you to step out and to perform the very thing that I've given to you. If it's told you to start something, whatever that something is, if it's told you to start a project, a business, a ministry, if it's something, whatever it is that he's told you to do, this is the now time for you to do that. And do go back to the Lord with this word, because he can shed more insight about your life personally with what he's speaking to you about and what he's giving to you to do. So do go back to the Lord with this. But what I want to share with you, what the Lord was speaking to me about, is this is the time for you to step out. This is not for you to be questioning anymore that, my time has not come and this is the right time. He's saying this is the now time. This is the right time. And if you're somebody that you have been asking the Lord question or been saying to the Lord, I need a sign, I've come here to tell you that this is the Lord giving you that sign. This is the Lord giving you that green light. And he's saying to you right now, this is the time, this is the season for you to step out in and embark on what he's given to you to do. So no longer staying in the boat, no longer staying in your comfort zone, but he's calling you to step out onto the water with him. And watch what he's going to do. You're not going to sink because he's there with you. And watch what he's going to do. Watch what he's going to do for you. Watch what he's going to do in your life. Because the increase is going to come when we step out, walking in the fullness of what he's called us to. That is where the increase is going to come. It's not going to come when we're comfortable. It's not going to come when we have everything all together or we're waiting for the perfect environment and the perfect condition. It's not going to come when we can see that very thing that doesn't take the eyes of faith to believe. But we know that faith is a substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So even when you cannot see the very thing that you've been believing for, know that it is there, know that it exists, know that it does exist, and know that it's going to come to pass. Because what you're doing is you're taking your eyes of faith to believe that, Lord, because you have said it, because you have told me to come out of the boat, that I know, Lord, that I'm going to walk on water. Because you've told me to step out, but I know that I'm going to see the fullness and the increase that you're going to do in my life and through you. So whoever this word is for, the Lord is saying the time is now. The time is now. The time is now for you to step out into the fullness of what he has called you to do and to partner with him. As the one thing I'm going to say to really stress that point about, partner with him every step of the way in what he has called you to do. You cannot do it without him. Whatever that thing is, you cannot do it without him. So partner with him every step of the way, and he's going to show you, and he's going to lead you, and he's going to reveal you what your next step and what it's going to look like for you. And he's going to provide the resources and the provisions that you need for the step that he's calling you to go on, what he's calling you to embark on. He is going to provide everything that you need, but it's going to take you partnering with him every step of the way. So I just wanted to encourage somebody quickly, because I know this is a word for someone, and the Lord is saying it is go time. It is time. Ready yourself. Get everything together. It is time for you to step out of that boat. And it's time for you to walk in the very area of your calling and your assignment that he's calling you to. So I hope today's word has been a blessing and an encouragement to you. And if it has, do leave a comment below to let me know if this word has spoken to you and what the Lord has been showing to you that you've been maybe feeling a bit afraid to step out on. So we can just come together and we can just encourage one another and to pray for one another as well, with what it is that we're believing the Lord to do in our lives in the very area that he's calling us to. So bless you and thank you for joining me today. And I will hop on. I think the next time I release something, it's going to be the word that the Lord has given me for February. He's given me a very powerful word to release for February. And like I said, it is connected to this word. It is connected to this word. So do come back to my channel on February the 1st, and I'm going to release the word then, and you will know what it is that the Lord is speaking more of in this season for our lives. Bless you.